hear that. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it
Yeah,
was
I remember
yesterday.
him.
I think it was yesterday or the day before. I read it last night before I went to bed. So you know, the that's this a shame. That we lost another one, a good one this year. So we've lost a lot of a good entertainment people and also coaches and WWE and stuff. So yeah, everybody. We've lost a lot of legends right now.
Brian, I didn't even know Jim Levitt was sick. Is this like a surprise or was he
I
sick?
don't I don't know because I haven't read it. It just came on the feed line last night that he died. I don't know if he could have been sick or something. So it was just one of those things.
Wow. Yeah, I cover USF extensively, and they will have nothing again till Monday. But I know Coach Golich will touch on that for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on a second.
Cyberuski, I'm kind of calm. Not really, but it is what it is.
Okay, I'm looking up his profile right now, and I didn't see anything here. I mean, I'm on his with his profile. Hold on, he's with SMU now. He was their defensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
So,
or the one, or not Jim Love, the one that the astronaut.
Oh,
He died.
Lovett.
Yeah.
I thought
you
you
meant
said
Jim
Jim
Levitt,
Lovett. I'm mad.
coach. He's with SMU now.
Get the heart beating again. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the moon guy. Okay.
Yeah, the moon guy. I didn't mean that. Yeah.
Don't give Leo a heart attack now, Brian. Come on.
No, I mean, you see me walking into a press conference Monday and go, hey, my condolences to the family of Jim Levitt who died. He didn't die. I go, oh, God.
No, he's still the defensive coordinator with SMU. That's why that's why Pitt had problems beating them last year, and that's why they went to the championship game in the ACC. So and did well in the bowl game too. I think they played Penn State or something. They did pretty good. So
it wasn't Penn State because they played.
They played Penn State in something, didn't they, last year?
Yeah, they played in the first round.
First round. Okay.
Thing.
All those southern schools were turned into icicles playing at Ohio State and Penn State.
Penn State, Michigan, yeah.
Notre Dame.
Ohio State, yeah.
A little chilly there.
You got it. That's it. The southern teams didn't do too well. All right, guys, let's get started here. I'm not interested in the preseason with the NFL either. I just like to watch to see what the draft picks are going to do. And I always have a Cam Phenom or an undrafted guy that I always pick that I think could make the team. I haven't taken a look at who the Steelers have yet, but I will as far as we go. All right, welcome to the Saturday Sports Show here every Saturday morning, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Our guests today are Pensman Sports and Brian Pettit from the Tiger Stripes Network. Please follow and subscribe to their channels, and also Leo Haggerty to the Yamped Up Sports channel as well. Leo, I was watching the Sports Nuts, so you can also subscribe to them as well, and also follow them as well. I was checking their show out last night. Your colleague Peter Blake was on with them last night, and he was talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tampa sports as well. And I just want to let you know that, Leo. So
and Ralph, real quick, we just redid our entire website and we made it live yesterday. So it's been up for 1 day now, but we're really excited.
Oh, good. I gotta get in touch with somebody with your with Amped Up Sports.
You and Trace need to hook up real quick.
Yeah, we do. I do. I want to get hooked up real quick so we can start simulcasting on Amped Up Sports. So that way, this will be live on Amped Up Sports.
Yep.
So so I would like to do that. I'll make a phone call. I know who to get in touch with. So we'll go from there. All right, let's talk about college football. The season's getting ready to start. Pitt plays Duquesne, the Duquesne Dukes. Put up your Dukes, and they start their season at Acrisure Stadium in a couple of weeks. That ought to be an interesting, tough game. There's going to be a sellout crowd for that. So anyway, but Leo, South Florida Bulls, go ahead.
They've got a meat grinder of the first 3 games. They host Boise State on Thursday night.
Oh, my.
Then they go to Florida and to Miami. If they can survive those 3 games, I mean, you've got 3 top 25 teams you start the season with. Now, Coach Golis, they got some talent there now. They got Byron Brown at quarterback who is healthy, and that's going to be a big thing. And I'll tell you what, when you play South Florida, you better be prepared for an uber fast offense. They're like Oregon on steroids. That's how fast they are. So you got to get ready for that. But those 3 games are going to be pivotal to the season. They've got to be competitive in all 3, and they've got to win at least 1, possibly 2, to stay in the conversation.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're going to have
Ralph.
to do that. That's tough. Boise State's offensive coordinator is Dirk Cutter, so a familiar name with the Tampa Bay folks down there. So
Yeah.
okay, good.
I'll have a
Pensman.
chat with
You're
Dirk when
next.
he comes down, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, go ahead, Pensman.
Look at your chat. Don't put it up, but just same thing that happened on Tuesday is happening right now as we speak.
Hey, Leo. Well,
Yeah.
if I know that you followed that team down there in Florida,
I
what
see
is
it.
your high? What is your high and low of that team if they do finish? What do you think? So, what would be your highs? The high win and the lows.
I
for that team.
got the Bulls. They've been 7-6 and won both bowl games the last 2 years. I think they can get to 9, but that's a stretch, and you got to stay healthy. In fact, they talked about how when they played Alabama, they only played 16 guys on defense the entire year, and that's a killer. You can't do that. You got to have depth. Now they've gone out, they beefed up the defensive line. I think they can get to 9. The sad thing is, I think they really easy can be 5-7 too.
Wow.
I got a gap of about 4 games. It all depends on how they come out of those first 3, what they do with Memphis. They got Navy again, and
Navy runs a high-powered offense. They've always run that, Leo. Oh, Navy's a tough team.
You know what? It's such a meat grinder, Ralph, because you're just not used. It's basically playing in a phone booth. 22 guys within 5 yards of the ball, and you're not going to out physical Navy or Army. Luckily, they don't play both. They just play Navy this year. But you come out of that game, win or lose, you come out beat up. And that's the problem. You don't want one game to become 2 games in terms of if you lose that, you don't want it to roll over to the next week. But they've got what really, and really, Brian, why I'm saying, 5 wins to 9 wins, they have a lot of Thursday, Friday games this year. Last year, they were on Saturday. The problem is when you start to win, they want to put you on prime time. So that's not good. So they open up on Thursday. They got, I think, 2 or 3 Friday night games, and maybe one of those is Thursday, coming off a bye week. So it's going to be an interesting season for the Bulls down here.
Yeah. Well, I have a friend that isn't a Bulls fan, so I'll just let you know. That's why.
Okay, yeah. Brian, Clemson and South Carolina. I don't know if you cover South Carolina like.
Oh, Ralph, you cannot throw South Carolina and Clemson together. You're going to get shot, right, Brian?
Oh, yeah. You only cover one team. I mean, I do cover. I mean, I can talk a little bit. There's really out of South Carolina is they're waiting on the guy that actually is trying to get an extra year, but they still haven't got him yet. I think it's a running back. I don't know who his name is, but they're still trying to get him. But on the Clemson side, really not much happening. It's just that they're talking about the new defense, how he's developing guys. The weight has come off some of the guys, and they added more muscle mass. And Cape Covington is this Cade. So, but Dabo, I heard yesterday that he said that everybody's trying to run to be a 16-0 team. Like everybody's trying to get to that point, a 16-0 team. But I think this year is going to be crazy. I'm picking for Clemson to actually lose 2 games this year. I don't know which 2 yet, but I think they'll slip up. But I think they'll go to the ACC championship and probably go to the first round and second round. So, and then from that, I don't know. But I think they'll lose 2 games somewhere there.
All right. Now, college football this year, it's going to be an interesting year. We're going to find out who is who's made of what, and who can do what. That's going to be the interesting part of this whole season for college football. It's going to be an amazing year. We're going to find out there's some coaches that could be on the bubble. I'm interested to see what Bill Belichick's going to do down in North Carolina. That's an interesting scenario there. Billy O'Brien up in Boston College. Let's take a look at some of them guys, former NFL coaches that are out there, and so we'll see what happens. I'm hearing Brent Fry from the Georgia Tech is on the bubble. I hear he's on eggshells. We're going to find out what's going on this year in the ACC and throughout the entire college football world. What's going on. There's some coaches on the bubble, some teams that need to really do some things this year. Coach Prime with Colorado. We'll see where his team goes this year as well. He'll be in the spotlight. Go ahead, Brian. Do you want to say something? Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say something. Yeah, it's going to be interesting down at North Carolina with Bill Belichick.
Yes.
And I'll tell you another thing is I'm going to take it a little further. Then is Brian Kelly on the hot seat? If he loses to Clemson and he loses a couple of those games, I'm just saying, like, I've been hearing talks about Brian Kelly being on the hot seat also, and some of the other names too that will be on the hot seats. The coach from Florida might be on the hot seat if they don't do good. So there's a lot that might be on the hot seat.
Bill Lanier, I think.
Yeah.
Coach
Well, Napier, Billy Napier.
Bill Napier. Yeah.
I think he'll be on the hot seat if he doesn't.
I'm hearing Nebraska might be good too. They could go 7-0.
Yeah, Matt Rule. He's got that team moving along up in Nebraska. Finally, since since way back when Tom Osborne, since he was the coach in Nebraska, they haven't been relevant for a long, long time. It's kind of like Pitt, more or less. Since Jackie Sherrill, they haven't been very relevant. So, But Leo, go ahead. Were you going to say something? Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that with college football, the biggest problem right now they have is with the college football playoff. They haven't determined what it's going to be yet. And what that's done is it's put all the bowl games in limbo. Everyone, not just, the lower bowls, everybody. Because until the college football playoff committee determines is it 12, 14, 16 teams, what it's going to be, none of these schools after this year have sponsorships or agreements with conferences. That's any bowl game. And believe me, the bowl teams, the bowl committees, and they are really upset about this. They want the NCAA, hey, if you don't know, just say, hey, we're staying with 12. We're going to push it to another year. But they've got to do something soon because these bowl, they can't come up with sponsorship. They cannot get teams locked in, conferences, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, it is. It's going to be really crazy this year. I'm curious to see when the NCAA is going to get their act together and get this transfer portal and this NIL straightened out and get it organized and put together in a structured way. That's a conversation for another day, and that's a long conversation. Pensman, go ahead with yours, Michigan.
Well, we'll see. Like I said, I talked about Nebraska and in week 3 or 4. Yeah, Michigan's going to play Nebraska, so we'll see about that one. We'll see how they do. I'm looking forward to seeing what the team does, and we'll see if Moore has what he had back a couple years ago when Harbaugh had that 2-game suspension. He did great then, but he did do good last year, so we'll see how he does. I'm looking forward to it, though. Michigan's always a fun year. It's always, and we'll see what happens with. Let's see if Michigan can beat Ohio State for the 6 years in a row. We'll see. I don't see it, but we'll see. Anything's possible.
Hey, I got a good story for everybody.
Let me ask you the $64 million question. Is this Penn State's year?
We'll see. Leo went somehow or another dashed out.
Is that what he means about $4 million question?
Penn State and then dashed out. Wow, that's crazy.
Is that what he meant about $4 million question?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, there you go. All right, we'll wait for Leo to come back up here in a minute. But I think Penn State. This is. I hope it's their year this year. They have a good quarterback. They always make it to a big bowl game. The interesting part about it is that the Penn State's like some other teams in college football. Their expectation isn't to the highest. They should be trying to win a national championship like they did with Paterno. Instead, they're just worrying about, we're happy that they get to a bowl game every year. The goal in college football is to get to that national championship. It should be the goal for every college football team that's relevant, to go to the national championship in some perspective, whether it's Division II or whatever. That should be the big thing. Leo, you were asking about Penn State before you were off the air and rebooted.
Yeah, I saw that. Hey, thanks for covering that, guys.
Oh, you're welcome. No problem. All right. Let's get to our main topic of today. Our main topic today is we're going to talk about records that have never been broken. All right. Now let's take a look at some of these records, unbreakable records. All right. And let's start off with Jerry Rice. All right. Here, his record is in catches, I believe. He has 22,885 career receiving yards. That hasn't been broken yet. All right, let's go around here. Leo, go ahead with you first. We'll start with you first. Go ahead. Jerry Rice's record.
Well, that means, if you got 22,000 yards, you get 1,000 yards a season, which is really difficult to do. Now you're talking about 22 years playing the NFL. Nope, not happening. If you're even doing 1,500 yards, which is unheard of, nobody's going to come close to this. This is an unbreakable record. I totally agree.
All right. I forgot to mention here in the comments here, we got D-Law77. D-Laws, welcome to the program. Thank you. I want to thank Cyberewski for his comments, Josh Dorr, and several others who are on the air today here with their comments as well. So I want to acknowledge everyone and say thank you for your comments. All right. Okay, let's go into Brian. Go ahead. Jerry Rice, you think his record will ever be broken for career receiving yards?
I don't think it's like Leo said. I don't think it will be broken because with the talent that they have now at receivers at all teams, you're going to have 3 or 4, maybe 2 people, and it's just hard to just capitalize with just one like the 49ers had back in the 80s with Jerry Rice. I mean, I just don't think it could be broken unless you just have a breakout season. But like I said, I don't think that it'll ever be broken.
All right, Pensman, go ahead. What do you think?
You guys are going to laugh at me, especially you, Ralph. Brian, I know you're going to laugh at me, but if Antonio Brown didn't get hit in Cincinnati and made him go bonkers, Antonio Brown might have gotten it. I don't know. The way he was going, he was averaging about 1,500 yards a year. So he probably would have. I don't know. But right now, the way things are going, they're averaging about 1,000 to 1,500 yards a season. It's going to come up way short. And the way that it's a lot, the league's a lot hitting harder now. As you saw last night, the Lions and Falcons game, they're hitting harder. So it's not going to be broken.
All right. Yeah, I agree. I don't think it'll be broken. And again, I do agree, Pensman, that Antonio Brown, if he didn't, if he had all his marbles, he probably could have broke that record. Okay. Antonio Brown was a good talent. Yeah, here's the interesting thing, guys. Every time someone leaves the Steelers, like Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, several other people that have left over the years, end up becoming bums somewhere else. Some people have done well on their going elsewhere, but would change the scenery. But most of them have become bums, and he's one of them. So, all right, Wayne Gretzky, 1,963 career assists. Can anybody beat that? I think Sidney Crosby might. If Sid stays a few more years, his contract runs out in about 2 years, and he's talking about walking away. He's coming up on 20 years in the league. We'll start with you, Leo. Go ahead, Wayne Gretzky.
That may be reachable, guys, because I see number 86 down here with the Lightning on a regular basis, and Nikita Kucherov is the Magic Johnson of hockey. I have never seen a hockey player that has the inane ability, as the puck's coming to him, to look up, scan the ice, get back down, and get that puck right away. if he can play long enough, he's got a shot at it. Think about this now. He's the first winger ever in the history of NHL to have 100 assists in a season. And he usually goes between 70 and 80, and he's got 100 already 2 years ago. This is a possibility, but you got to stay healthy, and that's the biggest problem in the NHL.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Okay, Pensman, go ahead. Wayne Gretzky, think his record could ever be broken?
I think that was reachable. Like you said, Sidney Crosby, even though he missed 2 or 3 years of concussion, I think he's still reachable. And what Leo said, that guy from Tampa, and he also forgot about Hedman too. Hedman's a good assistman too. Yes. So just want to let you know about that, Leo. So I think this one's reachable.
Yeah, so do I. All right, Brian Pettit, go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's going to be reachable. From Wayne Gretzky years to now, they're scoring a lot more goals in the season. A lot. I mean, it's just it's not like it's 1-0 or 1-2. It's like 4 or 5 or 6. It could get up to, some of these scores are outrageous sometimes when you're watching hockey. And yeah, I think it could be broken with some of the young talent that's coming up. All you got to do is just pass the puck and somebody can score.
All right, let's move on here. Cy Young, 749 complete games pitching. Cy Young, and there's the Cy Young Award. Can anybody beat that? Pensman, we'll start with you. Go, Cy Young.
Yeah, you had to hit this nerve, but no. the way managers are, and the way Tommy John and the way Tommy John's surgeries are going, it's not reachable, not anymore.
No, not with all the analytics and quality. They call 5 innings a quality start and all that
pitch
stuff.
Count.
And pitch count, yeah, and all that. You're right about that. Okay, Brian, go ahead.
I don't think it'll be reached ever. I don't think, because when you're on a pinch count, the teams are going to go 80 pinch counts. There's no way. There's possibly, unless there's a young thing. But now you hear about these kids having. I thought I heard a kid the other day that has got Tommy John surgery on his arm already, and he's over the age of 12 years old. So now some of these, they're ruining these kids from that kind of surgery now with their arms, and they're ruining them.
Yeah. Now sometimes they're being cautious. Other times they're abusing the whole situation. Go ahead, Leo. Your thoughts on Cy Young?
Not no, heck no. Guys, let me give you 2 facts. Do you know how many? You know what the most complete games was last year in Major League?
No, I don't know. Good.
2.
Wow.
The most complete games was 2. This just doesn't happen. They now, guys, I'm going to throw this out at you. Could you imagine a manager coming out to Sandy Koufax, Don Drysdale, Bob Gibson, Juan Marichal, Robin Roberts, and say, well, you got to go out now because you reached the pitch count? There'd be a fist fight on the mound, literally. Robin Roberts had 26 complete games consecutively in one season. 26. You don't see guys having 26 in a career anymore. And again, like people said before me, it's all about the Benjamins. You can't afford for a guy, and analytics has ruined this. They say, 3rd time through the lineup, teams that are starting to hit, 190 in the first time, 200, and then it's up to 260. We got to pull them out. I don't buy that. If the guy's pitching well, hey, it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Oh yeah,
hey,
absolutely.
Morning, Bo. How you doing? Welcome to the show.
All right, hang on a minute. Let me see who's on.
Hey, Leo, and also you think about that. How many times do you think Greg Maddux would have come out if Greg Maddux and Tom Glavine and some of those old ones, Ryan back then, when they couldn't go on a complete game and they're like, okay, you're at 80, now let's yank them out. We're going, and they can have a complete game or in their 7th inning, and they going, all right, here's 80 pitches, you're done, but you got a complete game going. I'm sorry, how would they feel?
Yeah, let me throw this out to you, Ralph. And the only reason I know this is I did it last week. The record for the most innings pitched in a season, we got to go back to 1895. Will White, 660. Now, there was no relief pitchers back then. You got the ball, you pitch. You've got to go to number 334 before you get anybody in the modern era. And that's 359 and a third innings by, when do you hear this? Wilbur Wood, the old knuckleballer from the White Sox. Nobody's even close to breaking 250 anymore. Just not going to happen, guys.
No, not anymore. It's not at all. All right.
My question is real quick. How are you going to determine Hall of Fame for pitchers now? That's going to be really tough for baseball writers.
Oh, yeah, it is because, as we mentioned earlier here, the pitch counts, analytics, there's just a lot of stuff going into that. I want to welcome Bo Crouch to the show, Talking Football with Bo. Bo's been a guest on my Sports Corner show on Tuesday with myself and Smoking Jim Frazier a few times to talk about the Seattle Seahawks when I do my round robin thing every year during the draft and during the football season where I get experts that come on. I also would like to have somebody come on and talk like I'm going to have Leo come on and talk next week when the Steelers play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in a preseason game. So we're going to talk about that as well next Tuesday, or in fact, this coming Tuesday, actually. Yes. Leo, if you're available, I'd like you to come on, talk, because we're playing Tampa next Saturday. So, you know. So and that'll be at Acrisure Stadium, formerly known as Heinz Field. And, I want to let everyone know they have removed the Art Rooney statue from the outside of Acrisure Stadium because he was in violation of the smoking ordinance. So.
Wait. Whoa.
Leo's got Leo's attention.
Back that trash truck up a second.
No, I'm just, Leo, you know how if you've ever been to Heinz Field, you see the Art Rooney statue with the cigar, okay? They remove this every year. They take the statue to get it cleaned, okay? So I make the joke that they removed it because he was in violation of the smoking ordinance,
Ralph, can I say one thing quick?
Go ahead.
If you missed it last night, Gillette Stadium put a 12-foot statue of Tom Brady outside their stadium.
Oh, my. For real?
So it's revealed the sunlight's hitting Brady now. Geez. So
wow,
Foxborough, you can love Tom Brady more than you already do. So just want to let you guys know about it.
Jeez, that's crazy. All right, guys, let's move on here. Wilt Chamberlain. All right, here we go. Now, Wilt Chamberlain, okay, 50.4 PPG in a single season, points per game. Can anyone beat that, or can anyone come close to it? I've seen a lot of legends come and go, and it's still an unbreakable record right now. LeBron James probably could if he stays any longer. I don't even think he could do that. I don't think anyone's ever as far as past Wilt Chamberlain on this. Leo, go ahead with you first.
Wilt Chamberlain is the GOAT. And anybody who disagrees with that, the first question I ask them is, did you ever see Wilt play in person? No. If they say no, but I say, well, that discredits you. There's no better. Wilt Chamberlain has 63 records in the NBA. This is one of them. Nobody's going to touch it. Nobody's going to come close. He scored 100 points one game. And they had to have a collusion. Kobe, at the end of his career, I think the other team said, we're going to let you just shoot all over the place. He got to 81. He's still 19 points short. Nobody's going
to game. Yep.
Yeah. No one's gonna break this record. And the fact that everybody's saying, well, LeBron, Michael, no, Wilt Chamberlain's the GOAT. Period. End of story.
Yeah.
All right, Brian, go ahead.
I don't think nobody will break it because Wilt Chamberlain was the GOAT behind Michael Jordan. He's in front of, I think, Michael Jordan, and LeBron is way down the list on mine. So that would be my top two, but I don't think nobody's going to break that one. Unless it
Well-
could be flag. Unless it could be flagged, but I don't see it. There's no way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, the
I-
challenge
I was
with
just-
Harry
Cooper
Ball-
flag, really?
I was just
No.
messing with you. I don't think nobody's gonna break it, but you know.
No, I don't think so either because number one, Brian and guys, the NBA right now is not very good. All right. The stars are not there like they used to be. LeBron James is carrying the load right now. And so there really isn't a whole lot of talent there that I don't think could ever break that record. I really don't think it'll happen. And with the salary cap that they have and their poor marketing strategy and things like that, the NBA has kind of fallen off the wagon just a little bit. And I think that down the road, they're going to need to get themselves back up. Now, marketing, they have managed to secure a contract with NBC and get off of TNT and TBS. They've managed to do that, which is a good thing, okay? Because now they're on national TV, on NBC. If you have a converter box, have cable, you can watch them. That's going to be a great thing, them getting back with NBC. That's going to help them a little bit with a little more marketing, publicity. And maybe with that, somebody could break this record down the road. We'll see. I don't think so. It's still there. All right, next, Boston Celtics, 8 straight NBA titles. I will never see that happen. Not only anyone with the day and age of the NBA right now could do that. Start with you, Bensman. Go ahead.
No way. No way. If you're going to do that, you better learn how to draft properly and you better get no injuries or something.
Keep your fingers crossed and say a prayer.
That's not going to happen. And I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to the last one. No one's going to touch the 50 points because Iverson got it a couple times. Jordan touched it, Kobe touched it, but didn't do it consistent. They were averaging 30 points, 40 points, but that's the best somebody's going to do in the league. But nobody's going to touch the Boston Celtics and title records. So,
oh yeah. All right, next, Leo, go ahead.
The only team that has even a smidgen of a chance for that is Oklahoma City, and here's why: they're so young. And their contracts are so locked in, and they must have 10 draft picks in the next 2 or 3 years. But still, it's almost inconceivable to think you're going to play 82 games, then you're going to win 16 more games. Not just play them, you're going to win them. So you're going to be playing over 100 games just to do that. But no, it's possible. But a snowball's chance and where of happening.
Oh, you got that right. Brian, go ahead.
I don't think it'd be broken. I mean, for winning 8 straight, that you have to have luck, like Pinsman said, and Ralph, you did too, Leo. You got to have the luck of the draw. You have to have good draft picks. You have to have a heck of a team. And like Leo said, you got to win at least 100 games now. If you're going to do that, you better win 200 games straight or something like that. But with everything going on with the salary cap, with all the chaos that happens in basketball, no, it didn't ever be touched.
All right, we're going to go into this, and then we got to go back to baseball because we got 2 more in baseball that I left out here. But let's go, all right, with Simone Biles. Gymnastics, 19 world gymnastics gold medals. Okay. Listen, I'm happy she's done this. I really am. I wasn't happy when the last Olympics she copped out because she said she was having some mental issues or some family issues. I don't know what happened. And she copped out and left her team in the lurch. Okay. I have a problem with when athletes do that kind of stuff. But she came back. She won these medals. We'll start with you, Brian. Go ahead.
She's actually a good performance on the gymnastics, and I don't think they'll touch her. But me watching her, she's just got a different attitude. I mean, she is well known. She's good, even though that she did have some things wrong with her. But I think they'll keep going up. I think she'll win this year. I think she'll win it this year. Another title for her.
Yeah, that could happen.
Another gold medal. Yeah. So she's she's still young.
I don't like the woman. I'm just saying that I was just not happy with the fact that at the last minute she left her team in the lurch. You know what I mean?
But I think she's young. I think she'll get a couple more before the end of the thing. You
Oh,
know,
I believe that. Yeah, that could
Yeah.
happen. I don't know if her record could be broken either. I don't know if there's anyone out there that's as good as she is. Okay,
Yeah.
Pennsman Sports, good.
I need your help with this one. There is a
Good.
snowboarder, and he is awesome. But do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't get into snowboarding, but I
Okay,
can
but
find
but
out.
there's a Brian. Do you know? Because there's a snowboarder. I forget what his name is, but he's got a lot of gold medals. But that's the one that's gonna get close to him. He's really good, but I forget what his name is. I think his name's
Oh,
White. I think, but I
okay.
think that's the. I
Yeah,
think
the
is that was.
redheaded guy. The redheaded guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Leo knows who I'm talking about, but
Yeah.
that's the only one that's gonna get close to that record. But she's got to be injured and miss out a couple years.
Yeah.
oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But all right, Leo, go ahead with Simone Biles.
You know, Ralph, I'm going to respectfully correct you on leaving a team in the lurch there, and only because my daughter was a level 10 elite gymnast. And
Okay.
she got the twisties like Simone Biles did.
Okay.
It took my daughter over a year to get rid of them. And when
Wow.
she got it, first thing my daughter said is she's not going to be able to compete. I mean, that night, I said, why is that? Said, this doesn't go away because it's all between your ears. And now you got to try and work your way through it. It doesn't happen right away. So,
Right.
yeah,
Right. Yeah. You have to. It takes a while to recover from stuff like that, Leo. I understand
yeah,
that, but I mean,
yeah. It just, it looked like, hey, she's walking, she's talking. She doesn't have a brother. It's not like Terry Struggs. She's got a cast on or anything. But believe me, once that hits you, it's trouble. I think Father Time, who's undefeated, is going to be her biggest adversary because she's competing now against, 16, 17, 15, 14-year-old people. And she's got the body of a woman now, not of a girl. And that's a little bit tougher to move around.
All right. Next. All right. Let's get back into two in baseball. Let's go with Cal Ripken, 2,832 consecutive games played, and then Ricky Henderson, 1,406 career stolen bases. We'll start with you, Leo. Can any of that be broken? Go ahead.
Well, nobody's going to break the first one. That's just
Okay.
not going to happen because of, they just don't play 182 games anymore. It just doesn't
Right.
happen. The second one's possible, but it's going to be like 10 or 20 years from now because with the bigger bases, we're starting to see people more interested in stealing. But the first one is definitely a no. The second one is almost a convincing no.
All right. Brian, go ahead.
I don't think any of them. I don't think they'll be broken at all. This is my thing. I mean, you're just gonna have to have one guy stealing a lot of bases. That's gonna be, and also you got to think about this too. And I don't know back then, but also you got people analyzing you when you steal and everything. They're gonna keep a record of that too. Like if one guy breaks out and says, "Oh, he's got 10 steals in a season," then they're gonna key on it and say, "Hey, watch this guy." And then you're gonna try to, they're gonna keep an eye on it. So now you got stats on, stealing bases, but both of them, they could be broken, but I think the first one, like Leo said, it won't be broken, but the second one probably, but we'll have to see. But it's going to be a long time for that to happen.
Okay, let's get into Michael Phelps, and then we'll go into a college basketball team here.
Hey, Ralph,
Michael
let Pensman have a shot at that
Oh,
one.
I'm sorry, Pensman. Jeez,
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that.
No, you're good.
Wow.
The players like to have rest days. They like to play. They have 3 or 4 days, and they're like, "Oh, I'm too tired." And I don't know. That one's not going to because of all the players are babies. And Ricky Henderson's record, maybe because I always say there's always another legend in the draft somewhere. So we'll see what happens with that one. I think that will, but it's going to be a long time. The Ricky Henderson Jr. is going to be found.
All right, next we're going into Michael Phelps, 28 Olympic medals. Can that be beat? I don't think so. That's a lot of medals. I'll start with you, Pensman. Go.
No, what Michael Phelps did is phenomenal, and that's not going to be broken. So,
All right, Leo.
No.
All right, a simple no. That's
No,
all.
yeah. No.
No. All right. Go ahead, Brian.
I don't think that would be broken because for swimming with him, he's the goat at swimming. So no, I don't think it'll ever be broken.
All right, UConn Huskies women's basketball team 111 game winning streak. Can that be broken? I highly doubt that one. Go ahead, Leo.
Yeah, it could, but the problem is with basketball, not the problem, but the good thing about basketball is they play really difficult schedules. They're not afraid of taking on teams like in football where you got to get, 4 or 5, cupcakes to fill out your schedule. That doesn't happen in basketball. You go see that, and that's not going to happen anymore because the level of play in women's basketball has increased exponentially. And men, with the one and doners, it's just, you're recruiting a whole different team every year. USF, after Coach Amir died, they finished out last year. New coach comes in, 13 of the 15 guys are transferred.
Yeah, exactly. You can't. There's no stability anymore, Leo. So
No.
that's why it's not going to be broken. There's just no more stability in college athletics anymore because of the NIL and the transfer portal and all that. Until it gets straightened out, it's not going to happen. All right, our last and final, Emmitt Smith, 18,900 and 355 yards, career rushing yards. Can that be broken? I'm sorry, 18,000. Yeah, 355. Can that be broken? Maybe, but a lot of teams don't run the football that much anymore. It's all passing. So we'll start with you, Brian. Go ahead.
It could be broken, but you're right, Ralph. I don't think it could be broken. But maybe we'll have to see. With a lot of these teams running and getting hurt, because a lot of them are now getting hurt. I mean, they only last once you turn pro in the NFL as a running back, you only got until you're 30 something years old, and then you're just that's the average of what a running back lasts. You can't do like Tom Brady and some of the other ones that are 40 something years old past their prime,
Right.
So the average of a running back in the NFL is probably a 30 and they're retired. And it just takes a lot of things. And they only give, I think the average last year was over 100 and something yards. So no, you got to have a 300-yard breakout or 200, but no, it's more best passing than running in these years.
Yeah, and also, too, you have to remember a lot of guys are getting out of football earlier now. They're not playing 12, 14, 15, 16 years. They're getting out after 6, 8 years. They're banking their money. They're getting as many bonuses as they can. They're getting guaranteed money as much as they can. They're banking their money now. And then, like Chuck Noll used to say, don't make football your life's work. And, so find something else to do. And most of the players in his era have all gone out. They have their own businesses. They do different things in the community. There's a lot of things. We could sit here all day and I could tell you everything about all the Steelers and what they do, with their businesses and things like that from what Chuck Noll said. All right, go Pensman. You're next. Go ahead. You think Emmitt Smith's record will be broken?
I'm going to shock the world here. I'm going to give him credit.
Yes.
I'm going to give it credit where it's due, but I say yes. I say yes. It's going to be credit because of the Philadelphia Eagles. What they did with Saquon Barkley, what they're doing with Barkley is amazing. And while I wish other teams would do it, it kills me. It really does. I hate the Eagles with a passion. Anybody that knows me, I hate them. But what they're doing with Barkley,
like the Eagles.
No. No, with that offensive line and with Barkley would have broken Dickerson's record last year if they didn't rest him against the Giants. So
yeah,
it's possible.
Exactly. Eric Dickerson, man, I miss that guy. He was one heck of a running back. Oh my gosh!
If the Eagles keep doing what they're doing with Barkley, it's possible.
All right, Leo, go ahead.
Well, guys, I suggest to all my listeners and readers always to do the math. So if we're talking 18,000 yards and you get 1,500 a year, that's 16 years. You get 2,000 a year, that's 9 years. Yeah, it's a nice thought that maybe it could happen, but I just don't see it because running backs, they go down faster than the French army in World War II. So that is just, it's
Oh,
not going to happen. It'd be nice to think about. But guys, I'm going to throw this one out at you because there's a shot at a record I thought would never be broken can
And what's
happen
that?
next year. The Buffalo Bills going to 4 consecutive Super Bowls. The Chiefs,
Yeah.
the
And
Chiefs
losing them too. That's the interesting one.
yeah, but I'll tell you what, going to 4 straight, I never thought we'd see that. The Chiefs had a shot at it. But I'll tell you what, with Buffalo and Baltimore, the Chargers getting better, I just don't see the Chiefs going to a 4th one, but that's a possibility.
Oh, I see what you're saying there. All right. This afternoon, 2 to 3 p.m. Don't forget this part of the triple header, Ralph, and we wrap it up with the Sports Corner radio show at 2 to 3 p.m. every single Saturday, 12:50 a.m. The Answer 92.5 on the FM dial with me, Ralph Williams, Smoking Jim Frazier, Claudia Rosano, and Luther Dupree. We have a lot to talk about, and we will be talking about the Pirates, the Steelers, and a whole lot more on the Sports Corner radio show. And just a reminder to everybody, I just renewed my contract with 12:50 a.m. The Answer. Both the show I do with Tony Moreno and the Sports Corner radio show will both be on until March of next year. And if you're interested in any sponsorship advertising, please feel free to email me at ralphwilliams737@gmail.com, and we will discuss rates. All right, let's close it up here. Final thoughts, and tell us how they can get a hold of you. Start with you, Pensman. Go ahead.
You can find me on YouTube at Pensman Sports. I have 861 subscribers. Please help me get to that 1,000 before the week 1 of the NFL season. Me and Brian down there are going to do some college football and NFL action very shortly, so subscribe to his channel as well. So I don't want you missing anything on my channel.
All right. Also, all right, Brian Pettit, go ahead. Tell us how they can get a hold of you and final thoughts. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was a great stream. You can find me on YouTube at Tiger Stripes Media and on X at Brian Pettit 34. So, and yeah, Pensman's right. We're going to do a lot of coverage football and everything. And don't forget tonight or this afternoon, we got a lot of NFL games on today. As they take preseasons and some good games on tonight too. Yeah, and there's some good games on this afternoon.
Oh yeah, I'm going to be checking some of those games out. Also, the Steelers play tonight at 7:00, and if you're in the Pittsburgh area, it'll be on Channel 2. And the play-by-play will be Bob Pompiani with his color analyst Charlie Batch. So, all right, Leo, go ahead with your final thoughts and how everyone can get a hold of you.
Well, I'm glad Jim Levitt's still alive. So that's
yeah, we got the wrong Jim Levitt there, man.
Well, I'll tell you what, that had me scared. That and I'm glad Mr. Rooney's statue's still in front of the stadium.
Yeah. But, no, that's a joke I tell once in a while.
You got me. That wide mouth bass gets you there. But go to ampedupsports.com. Go to YouTube. We post videos daily and sometimes multiple ones. And now that the NFL is starting, look for Leo's Losers to come at the end of the month. And it's guys, are you ready for some football? I sure as heck am.
Oh, I'm ready. I can't wait. All right, you can get a hold of me I'm on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, X platforms, and also on the Kick Network and the Huddle Sports Network. And soon I will be in contact with Amped Up Sports. We're going to be simulcasting on their website. And also, I'm working on some other stuff. I want to thank the Sports Nuts. I had a conversation with someone last night, and we're going to start working with them. And we got a lot going on with RW Media Productions. Please check out all my archive shows on YouTube. Please tune into Leo's stuff on Amped Up Sports. Also, don't forget to tune into Pensman Sports. Subscribe. Please follow us on our Twitter pages as well. Brian Pettit as well on the Tiger Stripes Network. For Brian Pettit, Pensman Sports, and my co-host Leo Haggerty, I want to thank everyone for being part of the show today. And until next Saturday, everybody have yourself a great weekend, and please be safe.
Take care, everybody.
Yep.